Hello Taurus, welcome back to Deku Tarot. I know it's been a long time and I really missed you guys. It almost felt natural to come back during your season, and wow, cards are already jumping out and they're really beautiful ones at that. So if you want to know where I've been and all that jazz, why I haven't done videos in a while, if you want to hear about the astrology for May, a little bit about my personal life, you can hop on over and check out my little mini vlog that I made. Meet my little kitten over there as well. San, who you might see during this video. She might be behind me. She might even come right up here. She's very spunky. So, I just want to get right into this because the cards are already coming out, and that's why I wanted to mention that video. Go check that out if you want to hear about any of that, because I'm not going to talk about it here. We're going to get right into your reading because it's your season, and I know you've been waiting. I've gotten a lot of messages from you guys, gotten a lot of DMs, and I know, I know we have been waiting patiently. So, we're in our season. Happy birthday to all of you. How could I not start that off as well? I'm an April Taurus, so I missed my own birthday. But I had to come back for you May Tauruses. So we're going to do a little mid-May energy here. Hopefully we're going to start getting it at the beginning of the month. But I wanted to come back in your season. I felt it was only right, being a Taurus sun myself. And let's get into this energy. So your first card out here is the Two of Cups. So obviously love, oh wow. Oh wow, guys. You have the Two of Cups coming right out. And if you guys wanted to know what deck I'm using, I had to go back and obviously use my Hobbit deck, my favorite, my trusty, my probably most used deck other than my Hermetic Tarot, especially since my Morgan Greer kicked the bucket. I don't need to get into that. I'm very sad about it still. But you have beautiful energy here, and I don't know what it is about this deck that always calls to me for you guys. I think it's just because the hobbits themselves, to me, always feel very like Taurian in their ways. They are not trying to cause trouble. They're trying to enjoy life. They're always, you know what hobbits are about. They're eating food. They're smoking weed. They're not trying to be a part of whatever the fuck else is going on out there. They're trying to enjoy their lives, be in this really grounded, earthy, domestic bliss. Farming, all that stuff. They're very Taurian in that sense. And maybe that's why I'm so drawn to it, because as Uranus has been in Taurus for the past, I don't even know how many years now, because I remember I did the video for it probably 3 or 4 years ago now. You can go check that out on my channel, where I really went in deep and explained really what that was about. And especially so for Tauruses, this is a time like where I think we've been through a lot of changing and a lot of shifting. And much like how Bilbo has to kind of be pushed into this adventure, and then once he's on it, he transforms, he becomes something else. He's not rigid, he's not stubborn, he's not stuck in his ways the way everybody expects him to be in the way that he starts out being. He is changed, he is transformed, and he is different. He becomes stronger. And all those things that people love to say about Taurus is how we're stubborn, how they're intractable, how they can't change, how they can't shift, how they can't move at a quick pace. Well, you know that's not true. And you know that that's not true, especially now after the past few years, after what you've been put through. Who's going to really call a Taurus stubborn because if they are at this point, they don't know you. They don't know who you are now, and they're stuck on some mindset of you from the past. And that's something that is going to come up a lot this month. And yeah, I know we're going to get to those love cards. Don't worry. They're beautiful. They're awesome. But we have a lot to talk about. And these are the channel messages that are coming through for me right now that we need to speak on. The respect factor. The respect who I am now and not who I was. I mean, don't disrespect that person, but I'm just saying, I think a lot of you guys, and I don't think that you will for most of May. We'll just say that. I think you will notice certain things. You will notice where people disrespect your time, disrespect your energy, think that you aren't enough, or, they will push you and see what they can get out of you. And it's not that they're saying these things to your face, but you're feeling it because of the way that they are pushing you and what they're getting out of you and what you're not getting in return. So be very aware this month of who you are giving your time, your energy, your efforts to, because those are the people who will disrespect it in the end, take what they can, and possibly put you in a situation where you're like, holy shit, they backstabbed me after I did all of this. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, and by the time it's the end of May, don't fuck with Tauruses. Like, just do not. The energy is not go. As soon as the sun moves into Gemini, it's time to fight. Because we got that going on. We also have Mars going into Aries, and Venus is going to be in Taurus. Don't fuck with Tauruses. If you're cross-watching, just don't fuck with them at the end of this month. They might seem really nice, really soft, really great right now. Everyone's attracted to you guys. Everyone's really into you, Tauruses. You can manifest anything. People are coming towards you. You don't even have to put the feelers out for the right people, the right energy, the right anything to come towards you. But it's also going to attract people who sense you're giving abundant, loving, nurturing energy right now, and they're like, oh my god, like, amazing, like this Taurus, oh my god, I'll just like see, they're doing great, I'll just keep pushing them to see what they can give me. Don't do that, because at the end of the month, if you're still doing that and you're expecting them to not say anything, oh honey, they put on their big boy pants and they're going to cut you a new one. Yeah, don't do it. And this to me is kind of like, okay, this is very much like, because again, Eight of Wands is very much about communication. Of course, we're going to talk about all of these cards soon, but like, this is just what we're getting as we're channeling here. So I'm going to pick up what I get here. As you guys know how I read, if you've been with me for a while, it's all channeled. It's different. Every tarot reader reads differently, and this is how we do it here. But Eight of Wands, the Emperor, the Four of Cups, like, to me, this is a high warning to anybody who wants to fuck with us that we can hurt this month. You will be thinking about what we have said to you afterwards forever. So don't, if you are cross-watching, if you are watching this to try to see, like, what's up with us, what's going on, this is not the time to see how far you can push a Taurus, what you can get out of them, especially at the end of May here. I really wouldn't push your luck, because if you push them, they will come back and call you out for things that you might even know, but a lot of it's going to be not things that you ever thought anybody would say to you. And it's going to come across in a way that you're just going to have to sit with that and hold on to that for the rest of your life. It's like he's got his bow keyed up. He's ready to go once Mars goes into Aries and the sun is in Gemini. It's like, I'm on a different track right now and I'm doing great. And if you're going to try to fuck with me right now, or you're going to try to do this, like, you mess with the bull, you're going to get the horns and they're going to push you through a wall. Like, you don't want that right now. So you guys have a power, and I'm not going to tell you not to do it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to tell you not to do it, because sometimes people do deserve that. But don't do that with the wrong people. I would say, watch who you come at if you want that relationship to remain. Or if you need to... You could be very just apt to saying things, doing things that are... It feels like almost like a deep part of you, Taurus, is speaking from that you cannot control. So, like... Again, people that want to mess with you, it's not going to end up very pretty for them at the end of this month here. But in terms of work, in terms of money, in terms of all this really nice, it just feels like you're just so abundant. You're just rife with abundance. Almost there's too much of it right now. And it's because we just have so much of this, like, we have a lot of, like, what's it called? Like 12th house energy, we got some 10th house energy. We have a lot of really intense, like, energy that is supportive of this manifesting, positive, really abundant work energy. I mean, of course, Tauruses are always known, we find the stability, we find the security. People come towards us for it. And if you're a Taurus, you know what I'm talking about, right? Like, all those people who suddenly need this and they need that, who are they going to come and ask to borrow from? Who do they expect to feed them? Who do they expect to take care of them? A Taurus. But it is in these moments that you have to be very discerning with who you are giving your energy to, with who you are. Oh my God, can I pick this up or what? You gotta be very discerning on that. I would say don't overgive. Don't get into this really stressed out place where you can't see who's real, who's not, and you just want to nurture. You get into this place sometimes, Taurus, where we can spend money and on our, I mean, let's be honest, we can spend money on food, on clothes, on whatever it is that makes us feel good. I mean, Venusians are kind of known to do this. Let's just be real with ourselves for a second. Don't spend money when you feel like you have something you need to for some reason. Like, this will make me feel better, or like, you know, having a good meal, or, you know, buying all these clothes, buying this new makeup, doing this crazy thing with my hair. This is not a great time to do that, especially with Mercury being retrograde in Gemini. It's just, you're going to regret any type of financial frivolity that you have this month. So be very cautious in that kind of sense. And I'm talking more towards the Taurus risings when I say that, because you can become very unbalanced. Don't get back into this habit. It's almost like this negative aspect of you will come back up and you're like, oh, don't fall into that again. Don't fall into that again. You'll see a part of yourself from a very long time ago. And I feel like that's going to happen around that eclipse in Scorpio on the, what is it? I think it's like the 17th, I don't know, 15th, 16th, 17th, I don't know, sometime around then. Really just all those days, be very aware of, like, you know, what you spend on, what you're doing, and why you're doing it, because a lot of things are going to come up to be purged at that moment, and a lot of aspects of your past self, of who you used to be, of how you used to deal with stress, anxiety, fear, restlessness, whatever you're feeling. Don't dip back into the negative ways you used to deal with it, okay? Or the way that you used to nurture yourself through it, okay? We've changed, we've gotten better. Don't fall back into those negative patterns, all right? It's a big thing. And you could also, you know, be spending money on people that don't deserve it, or people that you don't need to be spending money on. Make sure that you got your receipts, okay? Make sure that whoever you're spending money on is going to be paying you back. I'm not saying that all giving should be a give and take, but this month, just be very aware of who you're giving to and what you get out of that relationship as well, or if they're kind of taking from you, because a lot of people will be trying to take from you this month. And that's just why I think we need to kind of dial it back, like, you know, reel it back in a little bit and focus that energy towards ourselves, towards our own power, and finding new ways to cope with feeling uncomfortable in the midst of a lot of change, a lot of chaos, and a lot of, I mean, it's really good energy around you. Like, you're manifesting, you're getting work done amazingly. People are loving you, people are around you, but there are people that will be jealous. There are people that will see your energy and try to use it, and they will out themselves as enemies later on, and you just need to be very aware of that right now, okay? So those are just some things that I'm picking up in terms of work and career. I sense some bigger things coming up. And also, there's a high focus on travel for you guys right now. There's like this really intense need and energy. It feels like I want to get out of my, like, it's almost like you're going to have these moments where you feel like uncomfortable in your own skin. You want to get out of your own skin. Like, you want to get out of here. I'm not saying like Buffalo Bill. Am I? Maybe. But no. But please do try to focus that manifesting magic that you are so well known for. Focus it on something real. Where do you want to go? When do you see yourself going? Who do you see yourself going with? Is it a solo trip? Is it not a solo trip? Start making these plans. Start planting these seeds. This is such an abundant time to do so. And especially, you know, around when we had that the solar eclipse, new moon in your sign at the beginning, I think it was the beginning of the month. That was a really wonderful and abundant moment. And this, I mean, I'll say the full moon in Scorpio, this is not great moment. It's like not great. But it is a moment of deep purging for you. It is a moment where we get to finally let a lot of really intense things go. But again, let me get to that in a second. Let's get back to that travel aspect there. You're going to have opportunities. It feels like if you start manifesting with the mindset of like, this is coming in now. And I have it now. And it's like not years away, because again, Taurus is sometimes like, we do like to take our time. We don't really, it's not a now necessity, okay? It's not a now necessity, then we're not going to be concerned about it. Like I said in my vlog, like I felt like I manifested the job that I have, and I felt like I'd manifested it for years. And I've been trying to really switch up how I manifest, and I feel like it has changed so much in the past like year and a half. It's like things come to me so much quicker now. If I focus on that, I believe it, and then I let it go, it comes in so much quicker. So find a way, whatever way works best for you, because I think all Tauruses have this magical like ability to manifest. I just think like if you focus on that, you will make these things happen at this time. But you have to be willing to let go of anything that sits in the way. And like I said, in terms of travel, in terms of a new living space, it just feels like you guys have this kind of focus there a little bit right now. And you could be getting some offers, maybe even from somebody that lives far away, like, hey, come and stay with me. I have like, this going on, or like somebody offering you something that at least helps with it. It's, I don't know why I'm getting this. It's like a very specific message, but I just feel like some of you guys are going to be really getting these like random like gifts or offers of either money or a travel opportunity that you were just really not expecting. And it's like, even if you already have travel plans, it's like something, there's just an opportunity involved with travel that I just feels like it's coming to you guys like in that kind of form. I just see you guys traveling, focusing on it. Again, it might even be through work, etc. But whatever it is, I think it will open you up for a pleasure type of, like a pleasurable travel trip, like more of a vacation. Why couldn't I just say that word? Sorry, guys. I needed to plug in the camera there. Sorry. But anyways, let's get back into this reading here. Like I said, so you have some travel opportunities coming in. Pay attention to that. And again, I don't want these readings to be super, super long moving forward, but I'm going to go a little longer on yours because it's your birthday month and it's been a while. And I know you guys have been waiting patiently because that's what Tauruses do. We have patience. And I don't understand why everybody loves to say, like, all these shitty things about Tauruses that I just don't see as true anymore. I think that they're way more stubborn in signs than us. Like, I've dealt with them, believe me, as a Taurus. We can be stubborn when we know we're right, yes, but like, we're right. So, I mean, how would you not be stubborn if you are right? If we're wrong, I feel like most Tauruses are usually like, okay, yeah, I'm wrong, whatever. Like, moves on. Like, at least the Tauruses that I know, I myself am always like, okay, I was wrong, I was off, like, whatever. What of it? Like, let's keep going. But there's a lot of this, and going off of that, I kind of get this feeling like there's a lot of, what is the word I'm looking for? I just had this, it'll come to me, but like people that just want to tell you things about yourself like they would know this, and it's like, no, you don't know me, you're not going to talk to me that way, you're not going to tell me about me. And people that try to do that this month, it just feels like it's gonna blow up in their face. There was something else, and I swear I had this intense like thing that just came through, and like I've just lost it, so just forgive me if that just like came out weird, but it was like I had this and I feel like it'll come back. I know it'll come back, but it's just like it came in so intensely and then I lost it immediately. ADHD. But let's get into the love factor, because these cards are now screaming in my face like, please pay attention to me, because we've talked about these other things. Like, are you gonna pay attention to me? Yes, we're coming. Okay, we're coming for you. Okay, so Mercury's in retrograde. Mercury's in retrograde in Gemini, which for Taurus risings, that's your second house. For, you got to go check out whatever other rising sign you have to like figure that, where it sits, how that's going to affect you. Of course, I would suggest watching the video for your rising sign, because I will talk a little bit about the astrology there. But for you guys, it's a lot about second house stuff. So it's really about, yes, where you have a lot of luck, a lot of good energy with money, love, all these things. So you don't really have to worry, but like there will be a lot of financial stressful things that feel like they're going to give you a lot of stress. So don't put more stress on yourself by overspending, by doing anything reckless with money, by making any crazy decisions in that sense. This is a great time to manifest, but I really would not go crazy. I mean, pay your bills, do what you got to do. Don't overspend on crazy things during this retrograde. You will regret it. It's not going to be great. But anyways, back in terms of love, I mean, that's what kind of how I got into that, is because we do have this retrograde in, our second house, or really just whatever it sits for you. We have this retrograde that has kind of fucked things up when it has happened in other placements, and the Gemini energy been fucking things up for a couple of years. Let's just be real. Nothing against Geminis, just what they're doing with the planets has not been pleasant for most of us, okay? And I don't even think for them either. And when we're in a retrograde, I would always suggest, to not make any big intense decisions. For me, it feels like if you guys are, just starting to date somebody, just starting to know somebody, don't rush into this, because 8 of Swords to me tells me that, we are not seeing the full picture. There's some aspect of this that we are not really fully seeing. There is a lot of, love here. And I feel like, but you guys are very aware of that. You're very aware that it feels like we're not jumping at it. There is this really nice energy that makes us want to jump at it, and we might want to go off and go, really full into somebody. at certain times this month and when certain transits happen. But there is this necessity with the Eight of Swords there to say, like, you don't really see where this is going. I mean, it could be that it's going a really beautiful place, Ten of Cups, but I kind of get this sense, like, even if it is going that way, you have this sense of suspicion about you. You have this sense of, I'm not jumping at anything. Like, I'm not sure if I trust you. I'm not sure what you're offering is real. And it's like you've suddenly become extremely discerning. And there's this, I'm not going to, like, fuck with this. I'm not going to do something chaotic. I'm not going to go off this month. I'm not going to ruin everything. And when Jupiter goes into Aries, that is like a big, like, fuck it up kind of energy of, like, how can I self-sabotage by doing whatever the fuck I want because I want to do this and I want to do that and I'm feeling this way. And, like, you might want to, like, do some really insane things that you know are very self-destructive, and don't do that is what I would say. I don't feel like a lot of you are going to be fully in that energy just yet, though, and I feel like a lot of you, again, are very discerning. There's a really, like, wait, I gotta, like, peep this for a second. I gotta, like, make sure that this is legit. You're, like, not jumping headfirst into things, especially in terms of love, even if it feels like, and it is, I mean, it looks like for a lot of you, this Two of Cups, Ten of Cups energy, which is just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, like, what looks better than that? But with the Eight of Swords in the middle of it, it could be that some of you are falling in love. You're really, like, you might not be able to see that the other person feels the same way, and you could be just being very paranoid. There is that kind of energy, especially based on, like, if you're Cancer rising. Like me, this Gemini retrograde is going to, like, it's going to make you feel a little crazy. It's going to really, like, mess you up because it's in your 12th house. So, like, for people like me, this is messing it up. But I think for a lot of you guys, like, yes, there's the sense of discerning. There's a sense of, I don't know where this is going, but this is looking really good. I'll say that. But you don't want to get on that bullshit of, okay, well, this looks good, but so are all these other people. All these other people are suddenly interested in me. Or, like, when you start manifesting one thing, it feels like all of a sudden all these other, like, people that should not be DMing you or you should not even be talking to, or suddenly, like, messaging you. They want to get in your, they want to get with you. They want to talk to you. And that could really be a temptation for some of you that are very committed, you know, in relationships, marriages, that you need to not give into right now. There's, like, this thing of, like, attention that, I mean, Tauruses were known for that. Let's be real, like, Two of Pentacles, you might have to fight off some suitors. There might be a little bit of juggling. And for those of you who are single, I'm not going to tell you not to juggle if you're single and you're not committed. Go have fun. But you're very aware of where you need people to stand. They might not be aware where you have set them. They may not be aware that you have put your boundaries, you have put your, you know, your goggles on, you're watching them, you're making sure, even if you are enjoying yourself, you're doing it at kind of an arm's length, if that makes sense. It just feels like I'm aware, I like, this all feels really great, but I'm still going to put myself and protecting myself and my assets in this venture first, okay? And if people are coming at you with, like, it also just feels like people are really, like, they need, maybe not even just, like, so much, like, in terms of romantic partner, but, like, a lot of people are going through it, and they're going to be coming at you, and you're going to be like, okay, like, do you think that I'm not also going through, just because I'm not yelling about it, just because I'm not talking about it? That's going to change by the end of the month. So again, watch out. Like, for those of you who want to keep dumping their, like, shit on a Taurus, I'm not saying, like, don't go to your Taurus friend and talk to them if you're going through it and stuff, but be aware that you are not the only person going through it. And that just because a lot of times Tauruses don't talk about it and they don't communicate so much about, like, because again, we're known to have kind of a weaker throat chakra, but let me tell you, by the end of this month, that throat chakra is going to be going the fuck off. So, like, just be aware of that, all right? Be aware of, you know, what you're telling them, how you're talking to them, what you're expecting of them, because they're only going to take so much, and then they could turn on a dime and snap at you. Now, I'm not saying to all of you cross watchers not to tell them, again, you're watching for your Taurus friend, your lover, that, you know, I'm going through so much, like, they're, you know, they're always so there for me. That's great, but at a certain point, you got to learn to take care of yourself. You can't just rely on that Taurus to mother you. or to father you, because we do get ourselves put in positions like that a lot, and that is something that does set a Taurus off. We're not your mommy, we're not your daddy, and we're not going to do that for you, okay? Like, you get to do that yourself. I can help you, I can talk you through some stuff, but I'm not going to sit here and hold your hand as you do every little step yourself to get to the successful place that I'm at, and especially the emotional like work that I put in. Like, you want me to walk you through that? No, I'm not going to do that. Go do that yourself. So just know that Tauruses do have that kind of energy. They can be very nice, nurturing, loving, always listening to you, but like, we have set boundaries, and by the end of this month, those boundaries are going to be very prevalent if you push them, or if you have been a little too needy with us. But that love looks really good. We got a lot of really good luck energy for that. Money just seems to work out for you. So like, I really wouldn't even be too concerned if you are concerned at this point for any reason. Like, don't be. I think you're going to be fine. Let's look a little bit more at that low stuff here. Anything else we need to know there? Because this looks absolutely gorgeous. And it just, oh, that's great. Oh my God. There's a lot of anxiety for you guys. Okay. Some of you guys are going to be getting into some relationships here. But I think, be aware if you feel like somebody isn't being honest with you, they aren't being faithful, something is off. Like, let me tell you, if a Taurus hasn't said it, like, they will say it. We're going to say it. So don't think that's not coming, because Taurus is, and this is something I've only ever heard like a couple other readers, like Gemstone Tarot over on, also over here on YouTube. She talks about this too. Tauruses are very psychic. I'm not just saying that because I'm a Taurus. I'm not going to try to like just toot your horns on this. But like, every Taurus, I mean, like, there's a reason that people will be like, oh my God, like, don't tell a Taurus they're wrong, because we are always right. That's the thing. Like, we know something that you don't. We are tapped in a different way. We're manifest. We're like in roots with the earth here. We know things, okay? Tauruses do have that, like, we do got a string of psychic there. We got a nice big stripe of it, but it's like, you have an inkling this month, and I wouldn't ignore it. If you think someone's being shady, I would confront it at some point. And if you're cross-watching and you have been shady to a Taurus, or you have been doing something, like, just know that they already know, and that they're just going to wait. It's not like they're going to say something right away, because Tauruses, we aren't known to do that. We don't just like come at you right away, but when we come at you, it is straightforward. It's like, well, no, we're going to have a conversation about this, and you will not be able to divert it. And people love to be like, oh my God, Tauruses are so stubborn, they always have to win. It's like, no, when you try to divert the conversation or divert whatever this is into a different direction because you don't want to answer it, you don't want to give them the truth, then that's on you. They're just asking for the truth. That doesn't make them stubborn for wanting the truth. Who would not want the truth? Who, come on, let's be real here. Like, if you are not telling the Taurus a truth this month and you're involved with them in any capacity, they already know, and if you don't bring it up first, you're going to regret it. So, like, that's my advice to any cross watchers there. And Tauruses, you already know what you're going to do. I'm not even going to tell you what to do, because don't tell Taurus what to do. But love is looking great. So anyways, that's just like for some of you who might have something to confront with a partner. Those are big conversations where you're going to be like, and this is just such a upfront, goddamn straightforward ass energy. When you get the King of Swords and the Seven of Swords, this is just like, okay, let's talk about that. What's that? What is that? What is that? And they're going to be like, well, it's like, no, don't. We're talking about this. And I'm not like, we're not going to finish this conversation until you have, told me what the fuck's going on here, or what that is, or what that was about there, okay? Because I deserve to know, and I've been nothing but truthful, honest, supportive, and wonderful with you. And that's the kind of shit that we're going to be dropping on people this month. And again, if you don't want to hear things that you are going to carry for the rest of your life that are going to hurt you, don't fuck with Tauruses this month. Don't put them in a position where they can cut you down with their words, because they probably will. Let's just be real. But love is looking very good. Again, if you're honest with Tauruses, they will adore you. But there is this sense of like, I need the honest truth, and I need to know what's going on. But there is a lot of, again, this just really abundant, loving energy right here. Like, we have so many beautiful love cards. There's even more out here. That's just like 6 of Wands, 9 of Coins reversed. So some of you could be getting into relationships, could be finding yourselves in that official, committed, like, oh my God, be my boyfriend, be my wife, be my, you know, some of you could even be getting married, getting engaged. Like, there's a leveling up in terms of love here, and a lot of, you know, a lot of work here. For some of you who are looking to meet somebody, you could meet somebody through work, or somebody could have a little crush on you at work. There could be a little flirting there. It just feels like with that 8 of Coins, Knight of Cups. But for those of you who are already in something, it just feels like there's a lot of like romantic like building here. Like, we're building the blocks here. We're figuring out, you know, is this gonna work? How do we mesh? Like, who is this person to me? Like, what is going on here? And again, if you're in a relationship, there's just a lot of really nice like building energy. It just feels like it's new again. You're building something, like you're working on something really big together. You're just feeling very much in love. There's a really romantic, lovely energy. Feels like you're going out, you're getting some good food, some drinks with this person, whoever you're with. Maybe you're getting your husband, your wife, your partner there. But this is just gorgeous. Like, I don't even want to like get too into it, because you guys are so good at manifesting love. Just keep manifesting, and you don't need to do anything. You don't need to do anything, okay? Like, just like chill, do what you normally do. People always come to you, don't they? They do. But 10 of Cups is nothing to laugh at. 2 of Cups, the 10 of Cups, that's real. You could have really real offers this month. Really real new beginnings. You could see yourself marrying this person. Like, again, if you've been with them for a long time, there could be a lot of talks about marriage. I'm sorry, I'm doing this in the wrong order. But it was 9 of Coins reversed there, the 6 of Wands, and the 4 of Wands. And when I get the 9 of Coins reversed, first of all, just don't get insecure, but also for me, that's an indicator of not being single anymore, because 9 of Wands, if I say 9 of Wands, I mean to say 9 of Coins, I'm so sorry if I've said that. 9 of Coins, upright is my single, you know, happy, like, woman, like, she's a single, successful, happy woman, card. But when she's reversed, she's not single anymore. I always see that as, like, we're moving towards that 10 of Coins. We've let go of this aspect of self, and are maybe opening ourselves up to more than self. However, it could also be, you know, there could be a little bit of insecure moments this month, and don't find that insecurity in yourself. Be secure in yourself. And also, again, don't spend too much money. Even if like they're really awesome, they're really cool, let them do the work. And then you can do that at a different time. You can inundate them with whatever you want to spend on them and all this crap like after the retrograde. Just don't do it right now. It's going to be a mistake. But the 6 of Wands, 4 of Wands, that's beautiful energy. That is peace, that is happiness, that feels like the doorway to something really beautiful and new. But I'm not going to tell you not to be cautious, because I do think that that air of caution is really super important to Tauruses, and something that we're kind of good at. Oh, you know what? I forgot my oracles, so I'm going to grab my oracle deck over there, and then I'll be right back. So we're going to do Adoring Virtue Love Angel Oracle, because we're just talking about love. And then I'm also going to do one of her Healing with the Angels oracle cards, because I don't want to dig through the cupboard right now to try to find my other oracle decks, to be honest with you. So this is what we're doing. All right, so let's do a Love Angel Oracle. Venus, Aphrodite, Eris. I have to say for Tauruses this month. Mid-May. Wow. Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visions help bring you together. This is a really beautiful energy, and it just feels like, again, what are you manifesting? What are you focusing on? Do you have a list of what your perfect partner is? I would suggest making one, or making a vision board, whatever works for you. You've got to, like, I'm not saying like put a bunch of like hot people like on a poster board or something like that, but like you should try to manifest. Ooh, here's someone to say hello. I'll grab her while I can. Say hi, baby. Say hi. This is my little kitten. She's about 7-ish months old. She was feral and I adopted her. Anyways, I just wanted her to say hi. She's gonna get snippy now. But yeah, calling in your soulmate. You've managed to manifest. You are in a really, again, high manifesting place of love. What are you manifesting in? It's very lucky. But make sure that you're manifesting in what you want, and not like letting somebody else dictate what you want. Like, oh my God, but this person's so great. Like, they could be, but are they? That's why you're being discerning. Are they? Do they have those real qualities that you need? Or are they just like acting like they do? Or, you know, you just want them to be because you're attracted to them and you like them and you're willing to let go of certain things. Sorry, now she's gonna try to knock off all of the cards. In order to try to be with this person. So things like that. Let's look at Healing with the Angels card. Ooh, coming right out. Truth and integrity again. What's the truth? Tauruses are like literally on their 2020 like stuff right now. Like, all right, we're finding the truth. We're investigative reporters here. We're doing this. It's happening. Give me the truth. Don't try to put if it's not, as you can see, someone is getting annoyed and now she's throwing my mail around. So we'll stop this video in a second, but don't be trying to hide the truth from a Taurus this month. They will see right through you. They already know. Again, if you are watching this and you have lied, you have deceived, you think that a Taurus doesn't know what's going on, they already know. That's the thing about Taurus and Scorpios. They can act. You would never know. You would never know until they finally bring it up, or you finally bring it up, and then they're like, yeah, I already knew. Do you really think I didn't pick up on that? Do you think that I didn't know? Like, okay, you must think I'm dumb. I'm not. And that's really the energy this month. Like, you guys are killing it. You're doing wonderful. Just watch that intense energy. Watch who you're giving your energy to. And I love you guys, okay? Leave me a comment. Follow me over on Instagram. If you haven't, please subscribe, guys. Please like and share. It really helps the channel. And I will see you in the other videos. Do check out that vlog if you're curious about, you know, May astrology, about where I've been, etc. And yeah, guys, have a great evening. Or great rest of May. I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted because I'm making sure she's not going to push over that plant, which she's going to try to do now. Have a great rest of your birthday month. Happy birthday, my lovely, lovely, amazing Tauruses.